At some point, I glanced around and noticed that our Springer Spaniel had mushed the duvet into a sort of amorphous lump and was now merrily humping away at it, eyes locked on us and matching me stroke for stroke. What happens in real-life sex that you never see in porn? Welcome back, viewer. I'm so glad to see you. My name is Andrew the Automaton, and I'll be the storyteller for today. Now sit back, relax, like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell button. Without further ado, let's get into the stories. The pizza man gives you your pizza and then leaves, so you eat pizza while masturbating furiously and crying. The woman having to take a drink because her mouth gets dry during a blowjob. The girl I was with had an asthma attack and an orgasm at the same time. Oh god, don't stop and find my ducking inhaler right now is a confusing set of instructions to receive in a 60-second span. Just sticking it right in, no lube or foreplay. When I see that, and I always clench in reaction, like, take a little moment to make sure it's not going to death grip and drag outside to inside. Surely that can't feel good for the guy either. This evening my girlfriend's dog had a seizure while we were having sex. The punchline is he was on the bed with us and he, as he often does with seizures, peed himself. It sprayed right on my girlfriend's arm and our pillows currently doing laundry SMH. Stopping and throwing on some clothes to quickly answer the doorbell because this is the third time the UPS man has attempted signature delivery of that awesome package you have been expecting. And you don't want to drive the 10 miles into the industrial quarter to pick it up from the warehouse tomorrow. My girl and I were going at it one day and I was hitting it from the back. My cat was a wee fluff 6 years ago. Have you ever had a small fluff goblin latch onto your sack with tiny dagger fingers and start biting your family jewels? The moment you realize you left the toy downstairs and the both of you look at each other, hoping the other one gets it. Then during the time it takes to go get it, you're maintaining an erection with no stimulation or visual help, so you keep the party going until the toy is back. But then it's low on batteries, so you have to dig out 4 AAs in the drawer next to the bed. Are they new, or are they old ones you changed out last time? A few years back I was ramping it up on my wife in the standard missionary position, and I all of a sudden felt a sandpaper tongue tossing my salad. Such mixed emotions. My nasty dog now gets locked in the closet as a pre-sex routine. Long-snouted dogs have no business being able to enter the bedroom during sexy time. Nothing is more alarming than getting a cold wet boop on the starfish when you have her ankles on your shoulders. The actual orgasm faces that no one would want to see. Edit. So, you guys have informed me that the term for this is vinegar strokes, and all I have to say is that my favorite song by them is Reptilia. Dated a girl who, when climaxing, would exclusively grab a fistful of my hair, then bury my face into a pillow and hold it there while saying don't speak. I was cool with it at first until I realized she can only come when she doesn't see or hear me. The sweat, jokes and laughter, the surprising amount of air that somehow makes its way into the vagina and is subsequently forced out by pushing on the tummy. Also, hey, I'm gonna get some water real quick, you want some? With a hell yeah response. Stay hydrated, kings and queens. Female POV you always see from the guy's point of view, looking down as he's getting his cock sucked, but I've yet to see the female point of view, looking up at the guy, with the cock hanging right there. I'm sure it exists somewhere, I just haven't seen it. Personally, I'm glad I can't see my dopey ass mug when I'm getting into it. It's like when you're about to nut to a video and the camera rests on a fantastic shot, and just as you feel the nut coming, it just smash cuts to a claw soup of some dude with a crappy haircut and uneven teeth panting. He's grunting with a look on his face like he can't tell what that smell is, but he's pretty sure it should offend him, and all of your hard work goes limp quicker than a fainting goat. What was I talking about? Cat being jealous, jumping on the bed and making a fuss wanting to somehow be a part of it. Having to stop for a moment to grab him, carry him out of the bedroom and closing the door. Having to endure constant meowing behind the door. Eye rolling at each other before proceeding. My favorite will always be my ex just busting up laughing one night. I stop and ask what's up and she just points up and laughs. There was her cat peeking right over the edge of the roof just watching us with widened eyes. We laughed for a good hour or so. The laughing, joke making, meme referencing, hand wandering that's ticklish, etc. I had a very vanilla girlfriend decide she was gonna spice it up and surprise me by slapping my ass as hard as possible during sex. I was so shocked that I burst out laughing, then I started laughing at myself for being a dumbass and laughing during sex, and I ended up having to stop because I couldn't quit giggling. Not everyone enjoys the taste and smell of semen. Also trying to hold in a fart during sex, only to let out one huge one when you cum. But cum taste can definitely be improved through diet. According to lifehacker.com, fruit, especially citrus, bananas, and papayas, spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, and peppermint, among others, parsley, wheatgrass, and celery improve the flavor of semen. Cigarettes, caffeine, red meat, onions, and garlic make it taste worse. Side note edit. For the ladies, our sister site Jezebel recommends pineapple, celery, yogurt, red grapes, cranberry juice, lots of water, mint, watermelon, and strawberries. And the things to avoid? Beer, coffee, alcohol, asparagus, most dairy, onions, shallots, meat, and fish. Leg cramps, giggles, farting, that sweaty stuck together sound, intense euphoria on another freaking metaphysical plane with the right partner. Normal angles for intimacy instead of for camera angles. My back suckered to a table, and when I got unstuck, it made the best fart sound ever, and I cracked up laughing like you wouldn't believe. Turned him on a lot to hear me laugh like that in the middle of sex at a fart sound. We banged a lot that night. An actual female orgasm is something you don't find in porn. In this case I can recommend porn produced by Erica Lust. She has an open-minded approach, and her movies aren't made for guys in general. She gives her actors a lot of freedom, and you can see them having actual fun. Pets being voyeurs and/or jumping on the bed to check out what's going on. Ex-fiancé and I were happily humping away, and the duvet, comforter, had been flung carelessly aside, landing on the floor beside the bed. At some point, I glance around and notice that our Springer Spaniel had mushed the duvet into a sort of amorphous lump and was now merrily humping away at it, eyes locked on us and matching me stroke for stroke. There may be more effective ways of taking you out of the moment, but I've not encountered one. Arguing over who sleeps on the wet spot afterwards. I have a waterproof sheet under my regular one, and I take off both and replace them with my other waterproof sheet and my other regular sheet while my girlfriend is in the shower washing off. Then when she comes out, I go in, and our bed is already dry. If it gets on the pillows I just swap those while she's in the shower, too. The cleanup afterwards and the post-sex, crazy pee stream. So don't forget to pee afterwards. Yes, you're all sleepy and cozy, and maybe it's so cold out of the bed, and you're warm against this sexy naked human whose skin feels so nice against yours, and you just want to drift off. But no, you need to pee or you'll get a UTI and feel like you're pissing razors out your urethra. I was hooking up with this guy for a couple of months, and I kind of forgot that men maybe aren't as aware of this, and we're both adults so I just assumed. Anyway, after the fourth or fifth time we hooked up he's really irritated when I get back to bed, and I ended up basically leaving shortly after. Came home to a long rant about how he felt cheap when I would immediately walk away after sex, and like I was hiding from him etc. I had to explain that no, I am just extremely prone to UTIs and have to pee, it's like an automatic reaction my body has after sex, no matter how wobbly-legged I am. He was very apologetic, and since then I kind of giglesnered at the mental image of him, a massive brickhouse dude, clutching the duvet feeling abandoned and cheapened by tiny me. Edit. My words lacked context, I wasn't belittling him in the moment, obviously it is only funny to me because we had the moment of communication and clearing it up, it is not funny that I hurt him in the moment. Men should feel open to be vulnerable with their partners and expect respect and communication in return. This became a running joke in the rest of our relationship and was initiated by him. I apologize if anyone got hurt by my seemingly callous behavior. Intimacy. Like really taking pleasure in your partner's company and in their enjoyment. This is what was so different in the real experience for me. A bit blue to say, but I didn't even climax my first time. The feelings and sensations I experienced, however, were so powerful, carnal, and visceral that it completely changed the way of thought of the actual experience of sex. Porn, especially professional porn, is always so weird, unflattering, and uninteresting. It's always a claw soup of the bits you don't want to see, as they move back and forth and smack into each other, like a Barbie and a Ken doll being slammed into each other by a kid. It's always the dude top making weird yeah noises or asking if their partner likes it, while the girl bottom receiving party just moans and says yeah.
Like and subscribe for more funny, interesting, and scary r/ask Reddit videos.